Good morning, everyone. I am Abdul Rahim, and these are my group fellows Ghulam Sabir, Amala, Arbaz, and Mohammad Reza. So, today we are presenting our group research on whether government should take steps to ensure investment vehicles in pension funds are ethical and responsible. So, we will walk through each study, case finding, and research. Basically, the first slide is about our abstract. This research examines whether government should regulate pension fund investments to ensure ethical and responsible practices. So it basically explores whether government should regulate pension fund investments to ensure ethical responsibility. We reviewed academic sources, policy documents, and ESG reports also. Key findings shows a large number of pension funds that basically still invest in unethical sectors like fossil fuels and oppressive regimes. So we will propose possible regulatory solutions and we will suggest the possible answers. From here to onwards, my colleague Arbaz will continue.
Hello, my name is Albas Saber and I am continue from the living portion. As problem statement and research of questions, many pension funds claim to follow ESG principles, but still investment in unethical sectors. This discrepancy raises public trust issues. Our research questions were: how common are unethical investments? Should government regulate pension funds to ensure ethical standards? Critical literature review. We received multiple studies. OECD 2021 highlights a lack of ESG standardization. Fossil Free Indexes 2022 shows significant fossil fuel exposure. Norway's fund applies strict exclusion. Gaps remain in enforcement and consistency across funds. Overview supports the need for regulatory framework. Now from onward, my colleague, my team member Amala will continue the section. Amala, it's your turn.
Mala, can you please unmute your mic?
Right, bye. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Amala Banushan. I'm going to continue my our group presentation from in starting with the problem statement and research questions. When we see about the problem statement, um, here we have researched the secondary data from the topic of our group presentation. Here we got the environmental, social, and governance organizations, which explores about the pension benefits, which have to be invest in the different types of investment schemes to get the more earnings for the government. If it is possible, the government will get more profits from for themselves to build the economic and their structure in a leading way. So here we have the problem statement about this one, and the relevance and context about the importance of this study is lies on the interaction with the public trust and sustainability. Mostly is about the sustainability, because mostly when the government starts to do new projects and establish the new projects, after the projects were established, their results have to be continued to the next generation. So this is called as a sustainability. In this case, we mention most things about the sustainability, because our plan is to our plan is to continue the results of our research to the next generation. For the next generation, people will get these benefits, so that it called as a sustainability. And when we see about the need for this research, when we see about the need for this research, it's normally standardized regulations and ethics of each organization, which were established for this investment plans, to which were established to develop and increase the government's economical status. And when we see about the next slide, it's about the critical literature review. Mostly, we use the secondary data for this our research topic. In this data collection method, we especially use the literature review method, or it's called as a documentary research. In here, we got many of the literature reviews for our research needs. Among them, mostly all the organizations are established. They are most of the organizations are established and develop their ethics and regulations to keep the outcomes to the next generation, and keep the outcome in the economical and the social well-being of their country. Mostly, we collect the data from the year 2020, sorry, 2017 to 2024, because we have to collect the most recent data to ensure the data which are correct, which are relevant and perfect fit for this generation. So we mostly use these data, like we collect the data for example, the fossil fuel index from in the year 2022. And mostly when we see about our next when we see about our section, there will be three diagrams. The first diagram will show about the data collection process. So here we mostly use the secondary data collection method. Here, for example, a journal of economic policies, and mostly the all the information which we gathered from the mostly all the data which we have gathered for our presentation is mostly under the United Nations organizations PRI one. It describes about the fossil free indexes and the environmental sustainability, to keep the environment health safe, and to develop the economic standard of the country, which is going to do these researches. And when we see about our evaluation source of authority, normally when we see about this evaluation process, we use the United Nations organizations and the UK government's schemes, which were um, given a common standard methods, for the it's called as a qualitative evaluation method. It's under the secondary research system. Most because of our presentation, or our research is mostly is under the secondary research data, so research method. So we mostly use this secondary method called qualitative evaluation research system. Here, when we see about the next topic of when we see about the evaluation schemes of the our research, we have gathered the data about the different of the organizations um, which have made this process in the fossil fuels and human right violations, etc. So mostly half part of the organizations used to invest their economic on the fossil fuel investments. And when we see about the other part of the researchers, we find that 30% of their program is regimes with the known human rights violations. Like now we see all the things all over the world. We know about the wars and the declamation of the people. So 30% of their steps were under these human rights violations things. And when we see about the next part of the research, it shows about 12% of their program is under the reliable system to screen investment. So normally, the government is trying to use their investment to build up their economy and the standard level of their country. So these are the things which we gathered for our research through this. And from here, my next colleague will continue the presentation.
Hello everyone, my name is Ghulam Sabir and today I will discuss finding and recommendation of our research. So firstly, I will explain recommendation of my research. So our finding align with prior research showing gaps in ESG complaints. They diverge by researching the need for government interventions. Existing self-regulation is too weak to prevent unethical investment. Our research suggests stronger structured oversight is needed. Now I will explain my next slide, which is recommendations. So basically we divided it in 3 steps. The first one is enforce clear ethical standards through regulations, and second one is mandate investment transparency, and third one is provide education and incentives for ethical investing. These steps will improve public trust and financial sustainability. Now I will invite to my other colleague to present our next steps.
Hello, my name is Mohammad Reza Salimi Haj Mahmoud. I want to continue with conclusion. Our study confirmed that unethical investment in pension fund is common, and voluntary ESG component is effective. Government regulation is likely necessary to ensure accountability and align pension investment with social value. So to support our study, we use highly credible sources, which are shown in the next slide, please. These are the sources that informed our research. We follow Harvard-style formatting and use credible secondary sources, including reports from OECD and UNPRI, an academic journal. Thank you.